Hello there guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and on this video tonight I am going to be giving you some more news regarding Bruno Fernandes, and there's a lot of positivity regarding the news about Bruno Fernandes, because according to Sky Sports, which is a very reliable source, they have confirmed that Manchester United are close to reaching an agreement with Sporting Lisbon for Bruno Fernandes. It has been revealed that Manchester United will pay around £43 million up front, and there will be 17 million in potential add-ons. So the deal is worth up to 60 million pounds. I think he's set to earn around £120,000 a week at Manchester United, because he's already agreed personal terms as Bruno Fernandes. So this is very, very good news. I think Bruno Fernandes is set to play in Sporting Lisbon's game tonight against Benfica. That's going to be his farewell appearance for Sporting Lisbon. Then I think then after the game, he will be officially announced then as a Manchester United player. So we expected to sign him over the course of the weekend, and I think he could be in the stands for the game against Liverpool on Sunday. So I am very, very delighted about this. It did confirm earlier on today, as I updated you, whilst I did my press conference building up to the Liverpool-Man United game. It did say that we did want to sign Bruno Fernandes today, because it did say, that we've held furthermore negotiations. It did say our representatives were in Portugal yesterday, but we actually didn't want Bruno Fernandes to play against Benfica tonight. Obviously, wanted to get the deal completed today, but looking likely, he's going to be playing tonight, because Sporting Lisbon have confirmed this. The Sporting Lisbon manager has also, confirmed this. But I think Bruno Fernandes earlier on today, or was it yesterday, asked Sporting Lisbon if he could miss the game against Benfica. But yeah, anyway, it's looking very, very imminent. He's going to be our first signing in this January transfer window. He's going to be our fourth signing overall under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. But I'm really excited about the prospects of him coming in, Bruno Fernandes, because I think he'll complement Paul Pogba and McTominay in our midfield. Obviously, we're seeing Bruno Fernandes as an adequate replacement for Paul Pogba. I don't think Paul Pogba will leave in this January transfer window, but I think it's very likely he will leave in the summer, definitely. Obviously, we was relentlessly, linked with Bruno Fernandes last season. We was also relentlessly, linked with him last summer. But I think, the main explanation why we didn't get him last summer is because we wasn't willing to meet Sporting Lisbon's valuation. We wasn't willing to meet their valuation. I don't think, we put an official bid in for him, but City were in for him last summer. Liverpool were in for him last summer, and so too were Tottenham. But Bruno Fernandes has confirmed his preference is a move to Manchester United, but his preference was actually no different last summer, because I think last summer his preference was a move to Tottenham, definitely. But like I said, I think Bruno Fernandes is going to be a great addition to the squad. He's predominantly an attacking midfielder. He's only 25 years of age. He can score goals. He can create chances. He can provide assists. And I think, he will fit in the Man United team really, really well. And I think, he will fit the standards of the Premier League. Because I think in the Premier League, he can replicate what he's done in his couple of years in Portugal. When he was younger, he spent the entirety of his career in Italy. So over the years, Bruno Fernandes has emulated himself up. By the way, this is a straight cash deal. I just want to update you on as well. There's going to be no player as part of the deal of Bruno Fernandes coming in, because there was a lot of rumours earlier on this week saying that, Marcos Rojo could be part of the deal, because Sporting Lisbon were demanding Rojo as part of the deal. And also, there was talk saying that Andres Pereira could be a part of the deal and that. George Mendes, as you all know, he's probably key of us, getting this deal over the line for Bruno Fernandes, because he's been working on getting Bruno Fernandes' transfer to Man United completed. George Mendes was in the director's box at Old Trafford the other night, spectating our game against Wolves. George Mendes was also in London earlier on this week. So yeah, like I said, you've got to definitely say he's key. But there's been a lot more narratives, regarding Bruno Fernandes since like last Friday, because last Friday Bruno Fernandes' agent, also Federico Varandas, the Sporting Lisbon president, had travelled to London, for negotiations. And obviously, earlier on this month, Solskjaer and Mike Phelan had flown out to Portugal to watch Bruno Fernandes in action. I think his initial release clause is around £85 million, but I think Sporting Lisbon are aware that no team are determined to meet his release clause. Bruno Fernandes got his contract extended in November of last year. I do presume that's probably reflecting on his good run of performances. So after Sporting Lisbon have played tonight, it should be then officially announced that Bruno Fernandes is a Manchester United player. So that's the latest news on him. But like I said, we need more than Bruno Fernandes in this January transfer window. I think we need to make at least one more signing, maybe two more signings in this January transfer window. Obviously, we're considering, bringing more additions to the squad in the summer, because there's still areas in the squad that do need to be addressed. But definitely that midfield is one of the priority areas, because Herrera and Fellaini both left last summer, and we need an adequate replacement for Ander Herrera, definitely in that. So yeah, that's the latest news regarding Bruno Fernandes. And I think this story as well was stemming from James Cooper, and he's also, very, very close to Man United. He's very, very closer to Man United. And the Daily Mail said earlier on today, don't take much notice of the Daily Mail because they're not that reliable. They actually said that his move to Man United could have been in doubt because we was not willing to pay more than 42 million up front. But we are paying 42 million up front, and these 17 million in add-ons and that. And I think this bid has been accepted by Sporting Lisbon anywhere. We've obviously got a lot of other players on our agenda. There's quite a lot of midfielders Man United are in for. I gave you the news earlier on today regarding what's his name now? I think his name's really hard to pronounce. It's Bakarari Soumare. He plays for Lille. I do apologise if I've pronounced his name wrong. So he could be another midfielder that Man United are recommending him in, because Sky Sports reported not too long ago saying that Man United and Chelsea are in for Soumare, and he's set to make a decision, so he's got to decide whether he's signing for Man United and Chelsea by the end of this month. But either way, it's looking very imminent. He's going to be leaving Lille. He does say that Man United and Chelsea have held talks with the player. Recently, Arsenal were in for him. Real Madrid, Valencia were in for him, but they've all opted out of the race. He's 20 years of age. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He's operated really well in that box-to-box role. I think he's got around 2.5 years left on his deal with Lille. Before he was at Lille, he was at PSG. He risen up their youth academy. But yeah, so it says, Man United and Chelsea are battling out for him. So I think, what I've seen of his stats and that, he would be a good addition to the squad. His pass accuracy is very, very good. He's very tenacious. He's very creative. Reportedly, can provide goals from midfield. So maybe his preference could be Man United over Chelsea. We shall see. But only the age of 20 is Bakarari Soumare. Like I said, his name is really, really difficult to pronounce. Obviously, I give you the news this morning. The video I did this morning regarding Ashley Young. He's officially left the football club. He's joined Inter Milan. It confirmed this morning that, it was last night, it got confirmed from the BBC and Sky Sports and other media outlets that Man United and Inter Milan have agreed around a £1.5 million fee for Ashley Young. Inter Milan are offering him an 18-month contract. Obviously, they're not going to offer him a long-term contract reflecting on his age, because Young is now 34 years of age. He's 35 in the summer. And I think there's an add-on fee included. This is dependent on, whether Inter Milan win the Serie A. They haven't won the Serie A since 2010. But it confirmed earlier on today that Ashley Young had flown out to Milan to obviously undergo his medical. So now he's officially an Inter Milan player. So Young is the first player to leave Man United in 2020. He's the third player to join Inter Milan, because Inter Milan got Lukaku and Sanchez off us last summer. But I'm actually very, very surprised, because Solskjaer did actually reveal that he was actually reluctant to let Ashley Young go in this January transfer window. I think the main explanation for that is reflecting on, you know, the amount of injuries that Man United have got. And it did recently say that Ashley Young's move to Inter Milan was in doubt due to the Roma swap deal. We recently offered Ashley Young a new 1-year extension, but Ashley Young had turned this down. And there was quite a few other clubs, you know, that went in for Young. You know, Crystal Palace went in for him. Lazio went in for him. His former club, Aston Villa, went in for him. I think West Ham went in for him. But I knew he was going to be leaving the club, but I didn't think he'd have left now. I thought, you know, he probably, you know, would have left at the end of the season when his current contract was due to expire, because we did give him a new 1-year extension last season. But I did say, didn't I, you know, Young's one of the problematic players at the club. Young, you know, endured 8.5 years at Manchester United. So this was his current 9th season at the football club. Young was our current captain this season. Young did make a total of 261 appearances for the club in all competitions. You know, he made around 18 appearances this season for Man United. But I did say anyway, initially lost his place in the squad. He was first choice last season, but since the arrival of Wan-Bissaka, he's been established as our first choice right back. So, yeah, that's been confirmed now that Young has left the football club. And I think he played around, was it 39 times for England, did Ashley Young. So, yeah, that's been confirmed. So, obviously, you know, now with Young leaving, Harry Maguire is our new permanent captain. Solskjaer has confirmed this today. You know, Solskjaer says that Harry Maguire has got great leadership skills. And he's a very, very good centre-half, is Harry Maguire. You know, I wouldn't put him on the same level as Virgil van Dijk, but I still think he's one of the best centre-halves in the world. I agree on the aspects that Man United overpaid for Harry Maguire, but I've got to say he has addressed our defensive deficiencies without a shadow of a doubt. We paid £80 million for Maguire. He's, you know, second most expensive sign at the club. He's the most expensive defender in the world. But I've got to say he has done really, really well. So he's now our new permanent captain, which is very, very good. But I still expect more players to leave Manchester United this year. You know, Young's obviously now gone. You know, obviously last summer, you know, Valencia left after 10 years. He enjoyed a long tenure at Man United. Smalling went out on loan to Roma. Darmian went to Parma. Herrera and Fellaini both went. You know, Lukaku and Sanchez left. I think we loaned, we loaned... We loaned Dean Enson out to Sheffield United. So quite a lot of players left last summer. But now signings are going to be coming into Man United. You know, Solskjaer is happy and he's determined to let players leave the football club. So other, you know, players Man United have got on their agenda. He's, you know, Jack Grealish, you know, he's another player, you know, that's been spoken about a lot. I think, you know, he would be a summer transfer target, would Jack Grealish. Do you think he would be the right calibre player for Man United, Jack Grealish? We've been in for him for quite a while now. Jack Grealish can play as an attacking midfielder. He can also play as a winner. I think he spent the majority of his career with Aston Villa. He's been a Villa player since the age of 6. He made his senior debut in 2014. And I think he had a loan spell with Notts County, but prior to that, he spent, you know, his career with Aston Villa. He's still got a contract with Aston Villa until 2023. I do also believe that Tottenham have been long-term admirers of him, and he's only the age of 24. So he's another player on our agenda. I gave you an update the other day regarding Marcos Llorente, who currently plays for Atletico Madrid. It did say Man United were considering making a loan move for him, because you can say we look very exposed in that midfield, you know, due to the injuries of Pogba and McTominay. But it did say we're considering making a move for Marcos Llorente until the end of the season. Marcos Llorente is 24 years of age, can play as a central or a defensive midfielder. Atletico Madrid did pay around £35 million for him last summer from Real Madrid. Yes, they did, but he's initially lost his place in Atletico Madrid's team because he is behind the likes of Sol Niguez, he's behind Coke, he's behind Hector Herrera, so he's struggling to get in Atletico Madrid's team, and I think he's only made around 3 starts this season, but that got reported out in the media the other day. So yeah, there's been a hell of a lot of midfielders on our agenda. I'm very, very convinced that Paul Pogba is going to be leaving the football club. Like I said, he'll leave in the summer, not in this January transfer window. And like I've said on my recent videos, I think it would be very beneficial if we could offload Paul Pogba. Because even if we do let him go in this summer, I think we can still generate a substantial amount for his departure. I think we can still get at least £100 million for Paul Pogba. Now, maybe now he won't go to Real Madrid because, as he updated you the other day, it did say Real Madrid are allegedly, close to signing Donny van de Beek for Ajax for around £47 million. But Real Madrid will not sign him until the summer. So this is being confirmed. But reflecting back last summer, Real Madrid were relentlessly, linked to a move for Paul Pogba. There was relentlessly linked to a move for Paul Pogba. There was also a lot of rumours about Paul Pogba making a return back to Turin, because Paul Pogba did enjoy 4 good years in Turin, but the vast majority of his performances at Man United have been totally a comparison. And, he's missed the vast majority of our games this season, Paul Pogba, due to injury. He's currently out with an ankle injury at the moment. Not too long ago, Paul Pogba had an operation on his ankle, and according to Pogba, the operation went well. But Solskjaer not too long ago recently revealed that the Paul Pogba's injury is totally comparison to his previous injury he had not too long ago, because he was initially out with an ankle injury for around 3 months. The last time Paul Pogba played, he came on as a sub against Watford. He came on as a sub, I think, against Newcastle, and that was looking likely, he was going to be coming back. But I think, to be fair, Paul Pogba is disrespecting the club. I've also got the same perception on his agent, Mini Raiola. I think, he's also disrespecting the club. And not too long ago, Paul Pogba's agent, Mini Raiola, criticised the club. Pogba's still got around 14 or 15 months left on his current contract. We do have an option to extend his contract by a further year. But I did give you the explanation why Paul Pogba's move to Real Madrid last summer didn't materialise. It was reflecting on the substantial amount we put on him, because we did confirm that we wanted around £150 million. Real Madrid were not determined to meet this, so this is why his move didn't materialise. But we mainly saw the best of Paul Pogba in that 3-month period when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the interim manager. But I thought, analysing him at Juventus, he was one of the best midfielders in the world. But, he wants to leave the club. He's not happy here. He revealed at the beginning of last summer that he wanted to leave Manchester United because he was seeking for a new challenge, and actually, publicly admitted for the first time ever that he wanted to leave the football club. But yeah, I think, we've got to get rid of him. But I've said overall anyway, I think we need to get rid of around 6 or 7 players. More injuries are coming onto the horizon for Man United, and that's an element of concern. Rashford, of course, now is out with a back injury. Solskjaer was asked today during the press conference, like he updated you earlier on, if Rashford's going to be fit for the game on Sunday against Liverpool, and Solskjaer says, he can't tell yet. He can't really say yet if he's going to be fully fit. If he has to estimate, then probably, Rashford is not going to be fully fit for the game. He did say today was going to be further assessed. He said yesterday was a recovery date for Marcus Rashford, but he has got a back injury. And Rashford has sustained quite a few injuries as a Manchester United player, but I'm hopeful that his injury is not too severe. But he'd only been on the pitch for around 15 minutes at Rashford against Wolves, obviously, before he had to come off. He was involved in a challenge with Matt Doherty. But Rashford has been in scintillating form. He's been one of our best players this season. Rashford has scored 63 senior goals for the football club since he broke into the senior squad back in 2016. And I think he's on around 17 or 18 goals in all competitions so far this season, is, Marcus Rashford. So I'm hopeful that he can at least be involved in the game on Sunday. So yeah, he did provide us with news regarding Marcus Rashford. Yes, he did. Bay, he's been out with a knee injury for the entirety of the season. He's been out with a knee injury since pre-season as Eric Bay. Eric Bay played for the reserves the other day. He played for the under-21s last Friday. So he's close to returning, but not yet ready for first team action. Solskjaer also revealed that Fosu Mensah is coming back because he was asked, does he feel as though Man United need to address that fullback area? And I don't think that fullback area, and he hasn't got many element of concerns about that fullback position as Solskjaer, because obviously he's aware that we've got Brandon Williams who's come onto the horizon, he's been a revelation, and Solskjaer now views him as his first choice left back. Luke Shaw, of course, has got a hamstring problem. Luke Shaw, of course, was out earlier on in the season. Luke Shaw has sustained quite a few injuries as a Manchester United player. He sustained quite a few injuries as a Manchester United player. And, and he said, Diego Dalot's, back now because he's sustained a few injuries this season. But he says, Fosu Mensah, who's obviously been out with any injury since he was on loan with Fulham last season. This is when he initially sustained his injury. He's confirmed that Fosu Mensah is coming back, so he's close to returning, which is very, very good. He said Fosu Mensah played for Holland at 19 as a right back, so it will be good to see him back in action. But we've got a variety of fullbacks anywhere in the team, as you all know. Lingard's just come back from illness. Martial was out with illness not too long ago. I think Rojo is still out with injury, and he's also sustained a lot of injuries as a Manchester United player. But some people believe that, from their own perceptions, that the main factor reason why we've been inconsistent this season is reflecting on the injuries we've had. Also, we've got a lot of young players in the squad that are developing and trying to improve. We have got a lot of young players in the squad that are developing and trying to improve. And that's one aspect to me that does credit Solskjaer. He has got a lot of trustworthy in his young upcoming players, which is good. And, it'd be good for these young players on Sunday, if they are given the chance, to experience, playing at Anfield, because it will be their first time, playing at Anfield. Obviously, it'll be also good for the new signings that were recommended in last summer. We've obviously got Daniel James, Pizzaka and Harry Maguire last summer. And in total, we spent nearly £150 million on them. So that's going to be their first game at Anfield as Manchester United players on Sunday. So that's very, very good. And I'm excited about the prospect of that. But, Solskjaer, he's obviously, very confident going into the game against Liverpool this Sunday. He says for us to have any chances of winning, we've got to put like a PSG-like performance out. So what he's saying is we've got to replicate a performance what we showed against PSG last season, when we did produce that miraculous comeback when we was 2-0 down for the first leg, and we overcome a 2-goal deficit and won 3-1 in the second leg. And like I revealed, that's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's most iconic moment as a manager. So he thinks if we can put a good performance out, then we've got a chance of beating Liverpool. Obviously, he's aware at the moment that Liverpool are strides ahead of us. They are strides ahead of us at the moment are Liverpool. And it's going to take us at least a couple of years to emulate to City and Liverpool's level. And he is aware that Liverpool are top of the league. Liverpool are the only team that haven't lost so far. Liverpool have won every single game bar one. We're the only team that have taken any points from Liverpool this season, and that was the 1-1 draw at Old Trafford earlier on this season. So Liverpool have won 20 games out of 21. They're unbeaten in 38 Premier League games. They're unbeaten in 51 Premier League games at Anfield. They've nearly gone 3 years now without losing at Anfield in the Premier League. And they are sitting 14 points in front of Man City, 16 points in front of Leicester, plus they have got a game in hand. And even if we was to cause an upset against Liverpool, it wouldn't change out in terms of the league. Liverpool are still going to win the league anywhere. Liverpool are on course to win their first ever Premier League title. And overall, they're on course to win their first title in 30 years. And Solskjaer also says, he's going to make sure it's not going to take Man United 30 years to win another Premier League title. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, so we haven't won it now for 7 years. The last time we won it, it came in Alex Ferguson's last season. So take that into account. But yeah, don't fully disregard us. Obviously, Liverpool will be the favourites, going into this game. But this is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first appearance at Anfield as Man United manager. Obviously, so far, Solskjaer has managed 2 games against Liverpool, and that's the 2 games at Old Trafford. The one early on this season that was 1-1, and the one last season that obviously was a goalless draw. And he actually was a lot of injuries in that game. And obviously the fixture at Anfield last season was 3-1 to Liverpool. Reflect on that game, that was the game that obviously ended Jose Mourinho's 2.5-year tenure at Man United. And that was very, very bad last season, because I think in the game at Anfield last season, Liverpool had around 36, or was it 37 shots? We had around 5 shots in that game. But we haven't had a good record at Anfield in recent years. The last time we beat them at Anfield was back in 2016, when Ray Mooney had scored that late goal. But yeah, like I said, Jurgen Klopp's a very, very good manager. Liverpool have got a lot of good players. And, they have got a lot of good players. And Jurgen Klopp's philosophy is also very, very good. But Jurgen Klopp's win ratio against Man United is very, very bad. I think it's the worst against Man United. Jurgen Klopp, since he got recommended into Liverpool, has faced Man United 10 times in total as manager. He's only won 2, he's lost 2, and there has been 6 draws. So there has been a lot of draws between Man United and Liverpool in recent years. But like I said, Man United and Liverpool is the biggest game in English football, because obviously, they are the 2 most successful clubs in England historically. So I always look forward to these type of games. But as we are all aware, Anfield is a fortress. It's a very, very difficult place to go to, definitely. And as you all know, Liverpool have also got a few injuries themselves. I think they're expected to have Fabinho, Lovren and Matip back for Sunday. I don't think Milner and Keita will be available. Milner's just recently got injured. Keita's got, I think, some kind of groin problem. But, they've just got Chamberlain back from injury. They've just got Shaqiri back from injury. I think he mainly makes an impact from the bench. But it's going to be a very, very entertaining game. I do believe both teams will score. It's going to be interesting to see the likes of Mane coming up against, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I've got to say Mane is in scintillating form for Liverpool. I think he's in better form than Salah at the moment. Salah hasn't performed to the standards as we expected from him this season, but still a very, very good player. I think Firmino's done well for them. So Liverpool have got a fantastic attacking trio, But I think Wan-Bissaka has been a great signing for us. He's been a great addition to the squad. And I think he can be our right back now for the next decade, can Wan-Bissaka. He's done really, really well for Man United. And I thought he had a good game against Wolves, did Wan-Bissaka. But I've got to say he's done really, really well. And he only made his senior debut in February 2018. But, a very, very good player. Distribution good. Can bombard forward. Very, very good player. Be interested to see Lindelof and Harry Maguire, coming up against the likes of Salah and, Firmino and that. It'll be interesting to see. Don't forget, this is going to be Harry Maguire's first game as captain for Manchester United. So, be interested to see, how he does perform and how he reacts to getting, the captaincy. But Solskjaer's going to make changes, from the 1-0 win against Wolves. He's going to make changes, obviously, because he made around 3 changes against Wolves and the 4-0 win against Norwich. So, yeah. So, we have to win this game anyway. And I said, Man United we've got stuff to play for. Because I said, what our priorities are. Our priority is to get some silver on the board this season and also, finish in that top 4. We can still win the FA Cup, and I hope we can win the FA Cup. We can win the Europa League. That's another route to Champions League football. And also, we can still finish in that top 4 because we are only 5 points behind top 4 at the moment. So take that into account. So anyway, that's the latest news regarding Bruno Fernandes and everything else. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.